everybody. Hello, Flynn's family. Welcome one more time. Today we have a very special guest with us. You are basically legacy. Thank you for coming today at Flynn's family. Remember, we're here at Flynn's studio in Margate, Florida. If you want to record and be a content creator, here is the email. Today, well, let me explain you this. I didn't know her very well, but now that I met her entire family. She's delightful. She's so talented. She's been seriously doing this stuff since she was a little girl. She started when she was 5. Then she did Broadway when she was 9. Through the whole country. She's a professional martial artist. She's two times champ on martial arts. She's a singer. She's an actress, and she's 18. She's basically a citizen in other sides of the world, not in America. Thank you for coming here, Charlie.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, you are so amazing. Come on, So when this all started, because you decided that you were going to do this when you were so little, and I've just seen your parents. You're supported by a wonderful family. Let me tell you. So, but what came to you to say this is what I want to do with my life?
Oof. So my mom put me in this talent show when I was 5 years old, and I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't know what was happening at the time. I just knew that for a couple weeks my mom had me sing this song in front of my stuffed animals, and we'd always practice the song over and over and over again in front of my stuffed animals, and she would tell me, okay, you're gonna perform like this and you're gonna sing like this, and I find myself behind, like, backstage, and my mom's saying, okay, you're gonna go out onto that stage and you're just gonna do the same thing that you've been doing in front of your stuffed animals. Just pretend you're singing to your stuffed animals. So I go out and I do exactly that, and from there, that night I'm told, yeah, they want to invite you up to New York to start auditioning and stuff. I didn't know it was a talent show in front of like 200 people, and but I had so much fun, and we went to New York, and I saw my first Broadway show, Mamma Mia. And really?
New York, yeah.
Yes, I know the music and the storyline. Oh, it's so good, and I remember just being in awe of everyone on stage, and we were very close to the front seats, so I got to really see in full detail what was happening. And I remember the curtains closing, and I turned to my mom and I said, I want to be on that stage one day. I want to act and sing and dance, and I want to make people jump up and clap and smile and dance along. I want to do that. And so she said, okay, well, let's see how we can make that happen. And she put me into acting classes and singing and dancing classes, and for a while, this was in New York, so we actually, what was 1 month of being in New York turned into 5 years, and I just started auditioning for Broadway shows, and I loved it. At 9 years old, I landed the role of Lavender in the Broadway tour of Matilda the musical, and we ran around the East Coast of the country, and went to like 23 cities and 8 shows a week, performed for 3,000 to 7,000 people a night, and it was a blast. But from there, I wanted to move into TV and film afterwards, and I was 10 years old when I moved out to LA.
And I realized you noticed that there is something between having fun and keeping professional.
Yes.
How do you feel all these years in the industry? What are the lessons that are more valuable to you about the discipline you have? Because also for being a professional sport person in any sport, I think you need to have that capacity to be very disciplined.
Yes. I mean, my martial arts instructor has, certain sayings and phrases and quotes that he uses to keep us disciplined and keep us on the right track and motivate us to achieve our goals. For me, because, I'm still, though I am 18 and I've been in this industry for so long, I haven't reached my end point. So I'm still learning, and I think I always will. But the biggest thing that I have found in my career so far is the biggest thing that's kept me going is my passion for it. I mean, I've hit many road bumps and many obstacles. I've been told no hundreds of times. The thing is, my passion was just a lot bigger than that. And so no matter if I got told no, if I had an injury, if I had to work really hard, if I had to stay up late or wake up early, or if I had to do things that I really didn't want to do or things that were a struggle, it didn't matter because my passion for it, my passion for achieving the goal was so much bigger.
That's true. I feel at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the problems you have. And especially because when you are an actor, I think when you have the opportunity to connect with people like in meet and greets or events, and you realize that what you have done changed the life of maybe millions or maybe dozens, who knows, that changed the life of somebody, it gives your job a purpose.
Yes.
And that's something beautiful.
Yeah.
And you became part of a very big family because you're basically, if Power Rangers were an institution or a college, you're basically legacy.
Yeah.
So for you, how was the experience when the script came to your hands and you make the audition? Did you know at first it was about the Power Rangers?
I did, but I didn't. From what I understood, they had gone through over like 2,000 searches to find a girl to play Min. And they said, okay, we're going to expand our searches. Let's just have really anybody audition. And so I was 15 at the time, and I was told that it was just going to be a thing for Power Rangers. So I had no idea, is this like a short film? Is this a TV show? Is this a live performance? Like, what is this? But they just sent me 2 scenes. I had to tape it in under 12 hours. And to give a gauge for people, usually you're given like 48 hours to do this, and you're given maybe one scene, 48 hours, and you usually have time to do this. But for me, I was actually at a martial arts competition when I got the call that I needed to audition for this, and so Saturday night I'm auditioning. Sunday morning, I'm still in the hotel filming the audition, and I have to get it out before we check out of the hotel to leave. So it was more just like, just do what you know and don't really think about it, just do it. And I did it, and we sent it in, and I didn't hear for 3 months. I was like, for me, and this is what I've been taught as an actor, is once you send in your audition, you move forward. Yeah. You never look back. You never wonder, did I get it? What did they say? What was their feedback? You keep going forward. And so for me, once I sent out that Power Ranger audition, I was done with it. I was like, move forward, done, what's next? So when you don't hear anything for 3 months, it's like, oh yeah, you're totally thinking they picked a girl, it's done. But 3 months later, I was told, no, they want to offer you the role. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I was 15 at the time when I found out, 15 when I went to New Zealand to film it and spent my 16th birthday on set. So it was one birthday to remember.
I was going to say, more girls celebrate her quinceañeras.
Yeah! Right? Yeah, yes.
So tell me one thing about this precious character. Like, for many girls, maybe like me, I was more identified with the yellow Power Ranger because she was so fierce. She was not the girly style of,
Yeah.
And it was very special to see how they make the connection in this special, but also how you connect with the originals, because you're part of a whole story that came from like
right
30 years maybe?
30 years, yeah.
30 years. And now you are just like continuing with this. So for you, how was that connection between the character, the actress who, well, rest in peace, and now all your work?
Yeah, I mean, when I found out I landed the role of Min, I immediately started doing my research and seeing what Power Rangers was all about. And the actress who played the original Yellow Power Ranger, Thuy Trang, I mean, she is such a beautiful person inside and out. It is so sad what happened to her, but the influence that she left on the world is so huge. Everything from the positivity and she inspired people to be brave and to have courage and to have hope. And as an actor, that is something that I want to do through my roles. Is that I want to inspire like that. And so finding out that I was going to play the daughter of someone who's done that already was huge for me. And I knew it was going to be huge shoes to fill, but I had so much fun. And the character Min, since I was 15, I could really relate to her because she was also 15, 16 years old. So teenager, just trying to find your place in the world kind of thing. And I had a lot of fun diving into her role and working with the other Power Rangers, Walter Jones and David Yost. I had incredible scenes with them. But yeah, it's really a huge blessing to be able to be a part of this franchise and to carry on that.
Did they give you any tips when you go into set?
They showed me how to use the morpher. That was the first thing that they taught me to do, because we were in rehearsals and they pulled out the morphers, and I didn't really know how to hold it or what to do with them or anything like that. And so David Yost, Walter Jones, Catherine Sutherland, and Steve Cardenas, all of them were there and showed me how to use it. So that was my first lesson.
A special way to use it. I didn't grow in United States. I'm from Peru, from the United States. I know you are sick. I'm tired of hearing that, but it's true. I'm very.
It's okay.
Why I mention this right now is because of course, I was into Power Rangers when I was a little girl, but it was impossible for us to get the original games.
Oh, yes.
To get the original stuff. I was telling your dad, my grandma gave me, God bless her heart, the pink gloves, even though I didn't like the pink ones.
Oh!
Because she always wanted me to be there.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of girl. But she gave me the pink ones, and that's the only thing I could get from the Power Rangers.
Oh.
Original, let's say. Then you have to go to the market.
Yeah.
So what's special about this?
Morpher.
Yeah, morpher. No, I won't say toy because it's not a toy.
Right.
I never seen it like
contraption, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to basically turn you into your Power Ranger mode.
I know, but I mean, it's because. Seriously, now that I see yours and I see Walter's before that I interview, and I see it and it's like, wow, it's more incredible than what I thought in my mind, silly me as a kid, it was just a piece of plastic.
Oh.
It really makes me more like, I won't really want it.
Yeah. No, I think, I know in our movie, Once and Always, the morpher was more of it was almost like you had to have the right motives to be a Power Ranger to be able to use it. So, spoiler alert. So Min finds out that her mom was killed by Robo-Rita. Robo-Rita. And so Min is like, I want to get revenge. It's all out of anger, and she wants to use the morpher to become the Yellow Power Ranger and defeat the Robo-Rita. But the morpher doesn't let Min morph into the Power Ranger Walter Jones' character, Zach Taylor, he explains it beautifully. It's being a Power Ranger. It's not about revenge. It's about protecting people, and so. In that case, that's a huge thing about the morpher it's what's your purpose when you're using the morpher? Is it out of a negative thing, or is it out of a positive thing?
Seriously, it's incredible how you see also that now that you become part of the Power Rangers, how people treat you. Like right now, a guy just show her flowers.
Yeah.
So beautiful. How the community have treated you after the movie?
They have been nothing but kind and so supportive. And the movie wasn't even out, and I went to a Comic-Con to appear. and as a guest, and everyone was just so nice and so supportive. I mean, I was overwhelmed by the positivity, the positive feedback I got. But yeah, ever since then they've been so nice, and they bring me incredible things to sign of theirs, and they tell me all these beautiful stories about how Power Rangers influenced them when they were a child, how they're passing it on to their children. It's really wonderful to see.
For me, seeing you here, it's amazing having.
Yes.
And it's interesting how you are so mature for your age.
Oh.
Because I think that it's not just your job, it's also, as you said, your passion.
Yes.
But how is your daily basis like to handle all these activities? Because also you still practice your martials, and you're still doing some more castings, and you're still working on stuff. So how can you handle it? Because I think also that message is very powerful for kids nowadays that are basically, thinking, because I think here in US, especially 18 is the age where you basically went out of high school.
Yes.
And in my country, 16. So
Yeah.
but here's most 17,
yes.
18. So kids still are looking for its place in the world.
Right. Yes.
So how is for you handle all these activities and still knowing your place in the world, or still maybe looking for it?
Well, I have to say, I think I knew I wanted to be an actor when I was 6. I was very set on that. I was like, I want to be an actor, and it has not changed since then. So I'm very lucky to have found that place in the world very early, very, very early. But as far as my day-to-day and how I keep target, all goes back to my passion for this is so huge. And there's ways to schedule your hours. I know people have 9-to-5 jobs. I know they're not, maybe they don't have that kind of support, whether that's through family or financially. But my instructor, my martial arts instructor, always says, if there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. And so I'm very lucky to have my supportive parents, very, very supportive parents, and to have a beautiful community of friends who support me, and so I'm able to focus on my passions and to do what I love to do, and I'm very grateful for that.
And growing as a kid actress, how do you feel the industry is with you, like in the way that you had to do many stuff, go around the country? So how you also handle that?
I had great parents who really, I always consider myself very lucky in the fact that my parents not only helped me in my career life, but they also helped me more in my personal life as well, as they always keep the house a home for me. It's not business when I'm in the house. It's still home. It's still family. And I think when you have that foundation of when you can come back home and know that your mom and your dad is going to be there, and you can talk to them and they're going to support you. Think whatever you experience outside of your home will still affect you, but your foundation back in your living room will always be where you stand strong. So whatever, if I had to deal with a stressful schedule, or if I had to deal with, bullies, or if I had to deal with the obstacles in my career, I could come back home and know that I was going to be supported and very loved by my parents.
So what would you tell those kids who are hearing us, who actually want to talk loud? Because sometimes I feel also nowadays, especially with technology, and I don't say this as a podcaster, I say this as a person who has worked in social media for over 17 years now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
I noticed that kids nowadays are trying to speak through maybe a phone or maybe mobile, but not face to face. A lot to say, and they have a lot to deal with their lives too, because life is starting when you are 18, when you are when you are just a kid,
Yeah.
you don't need to think that all this stress that adulthood has, the adulthood as a whole has. You always have to move forward. So what would you tell those kids who are 18 or even who are little and think that, oh no, I just have this world, and sometimes the world is just a computer, it's just
Oh, I get it. I mean, like I said, I was very lucky to find my passions very early on, but the reason why I found those passions was because I just had a lot of courage to go and try new things. For example, martial arts was absolutely not in my world as a kid, as a 5, 6, 7, 8. It was not in my world at all. It was actually my parents who, I was 10 years old at the time, and I woke up one morning and they were like, hey, do you want to try martial arts? Like, is that something that you think you'd be interested in? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And they were like, okay, well, change, because you have a martial arts class in 45 minutes, so let's go. And I went. It was totally spontaneous. I did not know. That was not told, not planned at all. But I went, and I had so much fun. And it's there that I found the passion. So yes, I know it can feel like sometimes you only have this in your world, and your world is only so big, and you can't go further than that. But you gotta go out of your comfort zone to find those passions. And if they're not your passions, then they're not your passions. Then don't go down that road. Like, if I know when I was younger, I didn't like to play piano. My mom introduced me to piano, and I didn't like it. And so she was like, okay, then we won't do piano. And it stopped. And I didn't die. It was all good. And I kept going. And so you got to find that courage to just take a leap of faith. And if it's a no, then it's a no. Then you find something else.
I know right now you have more projects coming. I know you can talk about it, but how will you see yourself in a future or in a short future? Like, what other things would you like to try? Or because you're always doing something.
Yes. Well, I think I mentioned this earlier. As an actor, I really want to use my roles to tell beautiful stories and inspire other people to have hope and to have courage and to empower people to find what they love to do and all of that. So I would love to play more roles that do that. And whether that's sometimes villains can inspire people to do positive things, right?
I prefer to do villains anytime.
Yeah, oh really? Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I love acting. I love martial arts as well, so any action roles would be really cool. But yeah, any of that.
It's been seriously a pleasure to have you here. Absolutely love this. One last thing. This is a customized helmet, right?
Yes. It's they didn't let us keep any of the stuff from set, so we had to we had to customize it and get a replica of it.
Oh, so do you sleep with this? Do you take it always on?
No, we take it to Comic-Cons and conventions and meet and greets and stuff, but it's a snug fit. And I explain it as a really tight pair of very shaded sunglasses. You would not want to work out in that.
It's interesting because somebody will think, oh yeah, the costumes are so great, but also sometimes depends on the weather.
It does, yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Flynn's community, for joining us today. Remember, we are here at Margate, Florida, in Flynn's Hobby Shop and the Flynn's Arcade. Here is the mail again. If you want to record here and being a content creator, just mail us, DM us, do whatever you want. Have a great day. Thank you.